Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our African Succession Synergy campaign with Quill18. Alright, so one thing I forgot to do toward the end of the last episode was square up the nobility and the clergy. So I've spent some time between the episodes looking around at high-ish autonomy provinces. This one's base production 3, so it's not really good for the nobility, but it's one of the higher ones, so we're going to give this to the nobles. It's probably not going to be enough land. I'm guessing I probably have to give them a little bit more. Over here, it's tricky because they've got to be states, right? So it's got to be like provinces like this, which are already controlled by the clergy. It can't already be controlled by one thing or another. This is a coastal center of trade, so I'm just going to give it to the merchant guilds, just straight up. This should be also given to them. These could be given to an estate. Unfortunately, I would have to pay admin points to core that land. This is a estuary, so again, I'm going to straight up just give it to the merchant guilds. And unfortunately, it looks like we're just going to be giving up a little bit of autonomy on a province or two to appease these people. So that's the nobility appeased. The clergy want more land. Let's see. Lands that we're allowed to give away. Over here. This land has some autonomy. B9. This land can be given away. So, unfortunately, that's 0% autonomy. We can give this one to the clergy. And this one to the clergy, which puts them to 10%. So hopefully that solves that problem and they're gonna all be just fine. Anything expiring here in the next couple of years? No. So we're gonna have to deal with this disaster for real. Internal conflicts is rising rather quickly because we've got negative stability, but we can't boost stability. Can I just demand some points from you, please? Not until 1628. Awesome. Cool. Alright, we gotta start marching over in this direction to deal with this Quill18 problem. Beyond that, I kind of wish that this thing would organize your rebellions by likelihood to happen. It's the Mogadishan separatists that are next. For 57 points, I'm willing to just pay that down. Because I don't think that this is going to actually be a problem for us long term. Despite the westernization, I think a big part of it is the overextension and the fact that we have negative stability right now. If we didn't have those two things, I think we'd actually be okay. No defensive terrain. Let's wait one little bit here. Make sure. Okay, he's actually gone north, so we should be good to come here. I accept your request for military access. We're not going to core any of this stuff until we get our stability up. Ideally, we're going to just boost this as soon as we can, even if it means that we have to pay the extra cost. Negative stability, as you know, is very bad. Suffering 1% attrition, also not very smart. Let's quickly put our best maneuver general in charge to try to minimize that. Okay, you have 29 in the front row. So again, same situation. We're going to use pure infantry for the front row. So that's going to be 8 infantry plus 19 infantry. That's 27 plus every cannon we can muster. You have 1 maneuver, so we don't have to worry about crossing the river. And we just go engage with the 242. Meanwhile, we'll have you come in from behind to immediately start taking back that province. And the reason I do this is because I feel like infantry are just, they're so cheap. They're just so much more valuable than cav are. As far as, like, if I had to pay to reinforce cav, how do I articulate this in a way that makes sense? I don't know. I know why he did Wida, but I want to fill in these states. We're not getting as much flanking out of this, but we're also losing units that don't cost as much. So it's just more efficient, I think. If you're already at max combat width, you just want infantry. Now for armies like this next one that we're going to fight, that are not max combat width, we're going to want to deploy against this guy 15 infantry and the 4 cav. Starting to consolidate away some of the mercs. And again, we wanted 15. So that is going to be our ideal stack. And the supply limit's going to be fine the whole march up. Which is good. He moves over here, he'll actually be in another country. So that won't be our problem, maybe. It's possible. Okay, we have another rebellion that has reached 80%. 2 of them, in fact, the Makuan and the Matmutapan. It's too high for me to resist that one. And then this one, Sofala. Again, if I swear, if I could just get... If I could just get a little bit more negative unrest, then we'd be so much better off. Clergy are pissed off. They control 9.9%. Alright, fine. In that case, we're just going to find a province that the clergy own and develop it. Gotta pay 80 points across the board? Wow. We can't really... Alright, we'll do one little bit of Diplo development. That should make the clergy happy. What is this navy doing? Why is it just sitting here? These are mothballed cogs. Move them to Kilwa. We have a light fleet protecting in Zanzibar, which still probably is the most logical thing for them to be doing. Just because we're westernizing, just because we're having issues with finances and stuff, doesn't mean that we shouldn't build up our force limit. We should probably try to build up more ships. Keep a small threshold. You're relocating to Afun. Alright, we'll just greet you there. That seems fine. Actually, it's coastal desert. We can march there in time. An extra 17 noble rebels rise up in Hobyo. Now these type of events are the type of events that if you just leave open on the screen, another negative westernization event can't fire, as far as I know. So we are better off leaving it up as long as possible. try to get this army to get connected up again before we fire this event. I love that sound. Only 2 provinces now causing overextension, and we can boost stability. If we wait until November, it'll be a little bit less expensive, but not by much. I'm just gonna boost it now. I don't want to have this -2 unrest. It's nasty. Plus we've got internal conflicts, which is slowly progressing slower now. Okay, Rebel Uprising. The Makuans are at 90%. And the Oyo are guaranteed to happen in Moshi. Just way the hell over there. Should be a small rebellion, though. Alright, well... looks like our colony is finishing right now as we speak. Good stuff. Do we try to boost up our stability, or do we try to get some of these cores done? Unrest is significantly better than it used to be. This is the Unrest map mode. So, for the most part, Unrest is well taken care of. Rebel factions have died down a lot. There's plenty of them that are actually going down with no progress at all anymore. Which is great. Pate, for example. Why don't we actually park this army up in Pate for a little bit? We can get that one to go away. Pate Malindi. The Mogadishan are nearby. I think we just fight these guys. Can't spend points putting them down forever. It is costly. Meanwhile, we have been trying to westernize, so we're making progress towards it. I think I've clicked the button to slow down westernization once or twice. Buha gets tax income loss, the nobility gains loyalty. Okay, it sucks, but we're not taking the stability hit. How are we looking on this dominance of the clergy? We can't let this happen, and we can't let this happen. Internal conflicts looks like it might happen no matter what in 30 months, because there's no way I'm going to get my religious unity up. The clergy, I'm going to have to revoke some of their land. I know I just did development to like make them better, but we're going to have to let them be pissed off for a little bit and not have enough land. Let's revoke just a small province from them for now. Actually, if I could get them below... That's going to bring their loyalty down too much. We can slow it down. We're going to revoke 1. That's going to slow down their progress to just 1 tick per month. going to give us 40 some months to deal with this issue. Portugal will grant independence to Florida and Caribas. Wow. Great job, Portugal. Apparently, that war that he waged with us certainly cost him. We have a fort in Borno? Thought I got rid of all of our forts. We don't have a fort in our capital? Interesting. Peasants are now resisting westernization. Rund resists westernization. Well, good for them. Our corruption is still growing by a fairly large amount right now. Our advisors are extremely expensive. We're still paying quite a bit for mercenaries when we have some manpower. I've killed a lot of them off. But there still are some in there. 2 there. A whole bunch over here. I kicked out of Great Britain. That's fine. Just remind me in 3 months to go and spy on him again. We're not going to do this mission. We're not conquering any more lands. Then again, if he has no allies... Now, the truce is too long anyway. I'm not going to hold on to that mission for that long. There could very easily be a good mission that could pop up soon. 20 in the front row. Nope, 16 in the front row. Okay. Let's go ahead. I don't think we can get there in time, but we'll try. Let's just send everyone to here for now. Of course, that's a province that I was trying to core. Of course it was. Declaration of American Independence. Good for them. You know what? Let's just throw everything at it. I think we might actually be able to get there before they finish their siege stick, which would be better. The 10 years of separatism, I don't really want that. So it's not really an ideal engagement. Not the way that I normally would like to do it, but it's better than the years of separatism, I think. And then we had, it was Pate and Malindi were the 2 that we were putting rebellions down in. And of course now Moshi. 10 stack, that's not that bad. We will deploy... 12 infantry plus 1 cav to go deal with that. These guys are just going to hang out over here for now. It's finally starting to look like it's somewhat under control. Do we try to bump stability again? I mean, you know that while westernizing, you're going to have problems, so having bonus stability is very useful. On the other hand, we could also make quite a bit more money by getting some of these other provinces, especially like the gold mines and stuff down here, fully cored. Yeah, I think it's time. Truce with Portuguese Brazil is now over. Okay. Man, I feel like I'm playing so slow. It's probably been long enough, hopefully, that we can send our guy back to Great Britain again. Yeah, we lost quite a bit of spy network efficiency, but we'll just keep building that back up again. Get that admin tech cost, diplotech, military tech. Autonomy increase has expired in a number of places. Our truce with Portugal just ended. This will cause lots of inflation issues. But this land has also been ours for so long that it's already down to 17% autonomy, which is quite good. Let's check the trade map mode one more time here. Trade goods. Make sure I'm not missing any gold mines. Sofala is already... No, Sofala is a territorial core, but I don't think that that is a state. It is. Okay, we just need more points. Yeah, 40 points. Sofala. That gold mine money coming in. Oh, interesting. Looks like we might be able to save a little bit of manpower. Yeah, don't have to deal with that problem. Good for us. Advisors resist westernization. See, this is where, damn it, you know, just can take the hit. If you're gonna westernize, you should always start westernization when your country is at its strongest, not when it's like in the midst of coring everything and ugh. Thanks, Quill. This has been so much fun for me. Appreciate it. Apparently we already have some claims on you. We've got 2. The next claim costs 30. We just got kicked out. I don't know how long or how much we lost. Now's not the time to really be considering war. Colonize Lesser Namakwaland. Sure. That sounds like a great idea. We'll gladly do that. As soon as one of these ones finishes. For now, I'm going to take a break here, and in the next episode, we'll continue this horrible, horrible experience of trying to westernize. So thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.